and I got their airdrop, which was over $1,300. Wasn't too long, Sue came along, I got Sue too. So that was like 1,500. I was like, so that was when I locked in. Last year, 2024, the airdrop that was done was up to $1 billion. So when are we cashing out? When are we cashing out? And I'll be like,
and the good thing about this kind of investment is that it's a wealth kind of investment. It's not a sharp. It's not a let me get money and solve problem.
The returns is even far greater than what you even get sharp.
Exactly. Hello guys, welcome to Catch Tales, and today I have somebody who is well known in the blockchain space. I used to call him all-rounder. He's an ambassador to Super Blockchain, a very massive blockchain ecosystem and organization. He's also the co-founder of the Gathering community and also the founder of the Genesis Block community. All right, so Mr. Marx, welcome on set. Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you.
I know it's the blockchain ecosystem is quite popular among the young people in this part of the world, right? Would you share your journey so far? You have a lot of titles. You are an ambassador to a major blockchain organization, right? You also have your own block community where you help people, teach them about, help them to make better decisions, right? And then you also a big player in the Airdrop ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
So would you share your journey so far? What brought you into this ecosystem, right?
Okay, so basically I delved into the crypto space in 2020. Then it was COVID. So everybody was literally at home on their phones. So everyone needed something to do at that time. So I think as of that time, someone told me about crypto, but I was a bit reluctant in the sense that I didn't see the physical value. It sounded like rocket science. Sounded like, what's this guy talking about? It doesn't even make sense. Like right now, what do you mean by I'll buy this to go up? And so I didn't really go into it like that. But then personally, I'm more of a marketer, right? Provided I see a good product, right, it's easy for me to market. So right from time I've been building community, I've been building people around me so that it's easy for me to push whatever product. So that was when I started crypto, and then we started with Million Money. I don't know if that was popular, so then 4 right? So,
those enforcement lists.
Yeah. So
enforcement lists.
Yeah, where you have to refer people, right? So it's multi-level marketing. So that was how I started, and I was able to grow quite a number of persons. So my chain had like 250 persons. That was crazy. So then I had like 2 to 3 Ethereum. I don't know if it's necessary to mention.
No, why?
Yeah. So
there was a time I had 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But of course, that was in those days. We didn't allow to even sleep over.
So that was it. That was where the journey started. But then first stage came along the line. I went into it and then I had to stop. Right? Because it wasn't sustainable. Sort of. How many persons can you keep referring? So, but then I thought that was all about blockchain. That was all about the Web3 space. So when that ended, I stopped, and then I went to continue with my education.
I see.
So I graduated, and I went for service. And then after service, right, I was like, do I want to do a 9-to-5 job? Do I want to work for anybody?
That's the peak of decision making.
Yeah. So those were the questions I was asking myself, and I had to give myself solid answers. I knew that 9-to-5 wasn't for me. That did not mean I was not applying for certain 9-to-5. In fact, I started in 9-to-5, but then it was eating my time, and I knew that there was a lot that I could learn. So that was like 2022. That was when 2021. That was when I came back to the blockchain and I started with airdrops, right? Started chasing airdrops. And mind you, this comes with a lot of research. A lot of people say, I want to do airdrop, and they feel like, oh, I need to just tap, tap, tap. It's more than that. It's not just tapping, it's not all that. Airdrop is deep. And I think last year, 2024,
Okay.
the airdrop that was done was up to $1 billion.
USD. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine if you had even tapped into 0.05% of that. You get that's even a lot. So that was when I started creating the community around airdrops. But first, I had to ensure that this was working. I didn't just, oh, because I've heard about airdrop, I didn't just start doing airdrop, right?
Mhm.
So I went into it. I saw results. I think my first, I was getting like $50 as from airdrop.
Okay.
And as sort of then, it was really exciting because, like, I mean, I was just on my phone and I'm making $50, right? So that was like the booster for me. Like, there should be more. So I kept on going, started doing testnet and the rest, and then Aptus ecosystem launch. I was like, if this is possible, right? There's no point. There's really no point like going into 9 to 5, right? I feel like what I get in some months is what
Some people
somebody
get in a
in a
year.
year
I get you.
she gets. So what's the point
Annually.
of?
Yeah.
So why not just? So I think I stopped my 9 to 5 job and then I started focusing on airdrop. But then the whole thing keeps going from there. So
Yeah.
started organizing community, started teaching people, and I need to I need to really say this, right? Is a lot of things come when you start teaching, right? When you know that you're not just doing it for yourself,
I get you.
you're learning and you're doing this for others, not just for yourself, right? So that was like the mindset. I knew that I was going to teach people, right? So I was doing it for free, nothing, and then I was giving them a bit of starter pack, right?
Okay.
Maybe some USDT to use to do some certain things,
I
just
get
to motivate them,
Yeah.
and that was how the community formed. And now, like when we are talking about Genesis, but it was easy for me to tell them, oh, do this,
I get you.
right? Because they know who is telling them to do this,
Yeah.
and it's easy like to influence them based on like they've seen result
I
over
get
time.
you. Yeah.
And yeah, people that have been following me, they've made 4 figures, close to 5 figures, some
Yeah.
of them, right, from the space. So that was how I stumbled upon Supra. So I filled the form, right, and then they reached out, and then they had an interview, and then sent me a congratulations message,
Absolutely.
and then that was how the journey started. And
Amazing.
And-
Amazing.
keep going.
I mean, you've done well for yourself. Now, as someone who has interacted with many community members,
Yeah.
you know, there's this content that usually flash, right? Maybe probably during any when the market is down,
Yeah.
you have content like, "Should be same can buy this thing. Come on, down the road." You know, those kind of content, like you know,
Yeah.
people who are not, they don't have any knowledge about the crypto space, but they came in
Yeah.
probably with a mindset that is a hit and run wonder. You know, something you just do
Get
and
rich
you-
quick.
you get rich quick
Yeah.
scheme and all that. So, can you share any? Do you have any experience like that of anybody that has been so funny in your community? Let's hear. Let's laugh.
Of course, of course. These things they happen a lot, and I'll share the one that happened recently.
Okay.
So you know the meta actually changes, right? There was a time it was a retro thing. There was a time it was tap, right? I think tap meta was like the
Most popular.
the last 10 years that caught a lot of attention because there wasn't really a lot of technicalities around it.
Exactly.
It was just open your telegram and tap, right?
And then you see numbers
Uh-huh.
flying, and you think
So-
it's money flying.
So a lot of people came into that space because of I think Notcoin was the first. Yeah, it was the first.
Yeah.
Notcoin was the first, and the popular one that I saw Notcoin this thing, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't believe in how would I be tapping my screen. I didn't believe, so I was reluctant until like 2 weeks or so to the end of Notcoin, and I was like, okay, let me just try this, and then Notcoin paid like so. Mind you, for every
How much did you get in that 2 weeks?
I think I think about like was it up to $60 or $70 or so.
For that 2 weeks of you coming
Yeah,
in, it's
because
like you didn't sleep. Oh.
no, I did, but like you understand, being in the space, you
Alright,
understand how to move around.
I know what you did. You will not say it here, but I know what you did.
You know how to move around like
I
a lot
get
of things. So that was it. But then people that came to the space, I normally post some of these updates on my WhatsApp status. So some people see, and then they will message you, Alpha, I'm doing this, when are we cashing out? When are we cashing? And I'll be like, and I forgot to say this earlier. When I started, like I stayed for like 6, 7 months. That was nothing like really tangible. But
I mean, there's a time
yes,
for growth. Yeah, you need to. There's a time of understanding. There's a time to learn, right?
so that period was like, let me just say that was the period I was putting in. I was learning, right? Most of the tasks you're doing it, you don't know why you're doing it, right? But you know that at the end of the day, it's going to be resolved. But some people don't have that patience to do. They'll be like, this thing I'm even doing, I've been doing it for 2 months. It's not even bringing any result. Let me even come down to pie, right? 2019, I was doing pie. Even me, I wasn't even sure. But going to do further research, I was like, this thing makes sense. I started telling my friend that, yeah, I do this thing. It takes nothing,
I get
right?
you.
So they started doing it, and at some point, they weren't seeing results. So they felt like, bro, this thing is a waste of time. I was like, guy, just do this thing. It's literally taking nothing from you. Fast forward, even some of the guys that I told, like, Alpha, do pie, and they're like, they started having me. They're like, with all your pie self, you know if you buy one meat pie. and I was like, okay, no wahala. Luckily, pie started selling in secondary market for like 10 naira, started going up. And I was like, guy, this thing that you refuse to do is now selling at like, funny enough, I'm buying it. So it's no big story. You bring your pie, I'll buy it from you.
Yeah, I see your ads. Yeah.
So those people, they started seeing that, I should have, that regret, I should have continued. So some of them started going back to recover their accounts and all that.
Okay.
But going back to the tap era, right? You see a lot of people come to your DM and say, guy, you say make I tap this thing. If I no see money, I go come for you. And because of you, I was like, guy, some of them I just advise, don't do it. Right? If you know that you're looking for
Quick money,
like,
yeah.
In fact, when I started even training people like in my community, right, I tell them like, this thing you're doing, don't put in your mind that you will not even see money in the next 4 5 months, but put in your mind that you're going to be learning. That is the most, because there's no way you can earn without knowledge. If you don't learn, there's no way you can earn.
True.
So you have to like spend time to know, because it's in your knowing, like you start seeing that, because I know this, I can use this and apply this and this and
exactly.
get this.
I get
right. So that was it. But over time now, a lot of them understand that it's not as fast as I want. Some of them I tell them, because you cannot force everybody to be in a particular space. Some people are productive in 9 to 5. If
True.
that's for you, like focus on it.
Absolutely, sure.
You don't need to come to the crypto. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like you forcing me to come and do 9 to 5. I won't. I already know what works for me. So
yeah.
I know that this is the space for me. So you necessarily don't need to be in the space if your mind is not there, so that you don't shout at the end that, this thing wasn't productive, but you told me.
I guess
So that's it.
I mean, brilliant. I know some people, with the mindset, right? The one thing with people from this part of the world is everything is about, there's a mindset that has come to stay. In the times of MMM brought a mindset, right? So we need to reconstruct our mindset when it comes to making money through the internet, or even making money in business. Of course, no, if it's international business, you will learn the hard way. You will learn the hard way. Do you get? But I think people need to understand that there is always a long term, a short long term, right? A mid long term, right? And then there's a long term.
Yeah.
So they need to understand, and the more something lasts a bit longer, the more the benefits.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because something you put in today and you want to get it the next day, it has not done the work
at all.
So the richest men in the world, people like Warren, they place trades for long trades.
Yeah, very long.
Do you
time.
get? Yeah. So we need to start changing that mindset, because most of us will do well if we have a better mindset. Do you get?
Yeah.
Most people have the funding, to even support startups. Okay, but because they're always looking for where they'll put the money today and next
And
month it
flip it.
starts
Yeah.
flipping, they miss out on golden opportunities, right? But they can just put in money, support probably a business or a project or a startup,
Actually.
and in the next, say, 2 years, you're already seeing significant. And the good thing about this kind of investment is that it's a wealth kind of investment. It's not a sharp. It's not a let me get money and solve problem.
The returns is even far greater than what you even get sharp.
Exactly. So you build on this, right? It grows, like there's a compounding. That's the word now. There's a compounding in this type of investment, right? Which on the normal, even if you probably see an opportunity of a fast opportunity and it pays you every month, the truth is you're only in a circle.
Exactly.
Do you get? Except you give time or you understand certain kind of opportunities. So with this mindset, even if you with a good mindset, if you stumble across things like this airdrop, be patient enough. Of course, you know the right airdrop.
Of course.
Some of them waste your time. I know time is also
very, very important.
So that's why you need to be part of a community. You need the right mentors to guide you, and you need knowledge, right? You need to invest. But the truth is, I always see some people who do not care about what is happening in recent times.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep asking, like, even if I'm not in this space, would I be like this? Because the truth is, the world is evolving very fast. I mean, crypto is we're just around 560 million people all over the world.
3% or
so. It's 6% that's growing.
Is growing.
I think 6.5.
Yeah.
Right. The truth is, this is an opportunity, just like a slice of bread. You just take a lower position. The more newer individuals or people, set of people or companies, organizations continues to join that slice of bread or that heap, right? When you're pulling out with significant value.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's as simple as not rocket science. Right?
Not at all.
Just imagine you started with the industrial guys, people who built manufacturing plants, the Dangote and Co.
Yeah.
Look at where they are today. Do you understand? So this is it's
still in the early phase.
Very early. I mean, the market cap is just at most $3.4 trillion.
Yeah.
The forex market does in a day around $7-8 trillion. You get, so it's early, and of course you need knowledge. We keep hitting on knowledge.
Knowledge, very important.
Yeah, and some of, like, you're an ambassador for Supra.
Yeah.
One of the things I would love you guys to look at is awareness, like supporting systems that will create more awareness.
Yeah.
Because the growth of the whole ecosystem is the growth for all. You get it?
Yeah.
So looking forward to having you guys on our current project, the Genesis. So we want to house the top crypto communities in a house for 60 days, and then they'll be playing esports games, right? So it's a combination of major ecosystems, right? So we want to bring out this, there's a language people understand. I mean, a lot of people understand entertainment so much.
Yeah.
And this has stand to be a successful model. So we want to use that to drive adoption and awareness. Okay. Of course, there will be educative aspect to it, but people will get to, CEOs, executive of different organizations will see that something like this happen, and some other major organizations are now making use of this technology.
Yeah.
You get so until we bring it out there, it may crawl when it comes to scalability and adoption.
Yeah.
So I'm sure. I'm hoping that we would have. When we see next time is when we are handing over the big check.
Of course, we are looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. I think we'll wrap up with you advising the people out there who are watching us.
Okay.
Some people will be confused. Okay, they've had us. How do they start? Where do they start from?
Oh.
Okay, so somebody who maybe your previous, how did you even start? Like, do you attend the seminar? Okay, just
I
give them.
I did. I did one time, but that didn't really leave a lot of impact because I didn't really understand. And you were there, I think so. You and Josh. I think it was for Kadanu.
Okay, I get. Start out
a long time ago, and then I just left that. But I was just attending it because I just needed to attend. I didn't really understand what was happening.
Okay.
So first, how do I even put this? So first of all, you need to be interested
Yeah, the interest must be there.
first, because if you're not interested, there is no way you want to even learn.
Of course.
So your interest first, right? You have to develop the interest beyond the gains. The gains, like there's a lot of gains. Like it's there. It's not even. But let's not just even focus on the gains.
Yeah, leave the games
There's
first. Not that you want to. There's something you're coming to know.
the gains just it's just there. That's the reward. But you can't get there if you don't have the knowledge. So you should spend most of your time like investing in knowledge, and you cannot even gain the knowledge if you're not interested in the things. If you feel like these things are complicated, they are not as complicated
As you think.
I don't know.
It's the same thing. You know, like I was telling somebody, the other person I had at the podcast.
Yeah.
We have our bank apps, and you open your app and transfer money. Same thing. We open our wallets to transfer. It's like you don't know the technology behind the app. You shouldn't even interest yourself or worry yourself behind the technology behind called the blockchain. Just get the basics.
So still on the basics, yeah. So I'm currently training. I have a general this thing, and I have a private group where I really like. I even organize physical meeting with them, because online, like, there is so much information.
True.
Right? Navigating your way around it is most times difficult, especially for newbies.
I get you, because
And I think that's where they give up.
I get you. When we started, it was laser focused. Like the system was just straightforward.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah,
but you know,
now,
a lot of innovation. Everybody's doing one innovation.
Every day, new products are coming up, and that's why you cannot even stop learning.
Yeah.
Because the moment you stop learning, like, you can stop learning today, by next week when you come, like, what you know, things have changed. Like, the space is moving so fast. New
things involved too.
Yes.
Like NFTs are coming back
again. Yes, there's a season, like, it comes back, but you need to be up to date. Like, you need to know. If not, the moment you say, okay, let me just, I think I know. No, bro, as we come back like this, you're meeting new things.
Okay.
Right? And you'll be like one time this, one time that. So it's a constant. The learning never stops. So you have to put in mind that learning is a constant thing. Like, after when you're interested, right, you have to put in learning, like constant learning, and then showing up. You have to show up.
Yeah, you have to show up. Yeah.
You have to show up constantly.
Yeah.
Like I said, the moment you slack, that's when, like, you start losing out on some things, right? Yeah. So
okay, so show up, learning never stops, and then you need to learn your interest first.
Very important. Yeah. And then there's big reward. Just put in the work, and the work is not.
You're not interested initially, but now you just picked it and it's working, meaning that it's not hard.
And let me even add something. The blockchain, like, people don't really understand. Is cryptocurrency is just one part of the whole.
It's one product of the technology.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that you can do on the blockchain. Now, most of the things that we are doing already, as out of our Web 2, 9 to 5, whatever, some of them are replicated on the blockchain.
Yeah.
Right? There are people that write. There are people that do moderation.
Absolutely.
There's what you're doing. Just
everything on the Web 2 is needed in the, because it's the same technology. The only difference is how this one works. This is public and the other one is private.
Right. You video editor, everything, or whatever you know, like in Web 2, you can actually bring it to Web 3 and it works. So it's not really rocket science, except you don't even know except you don't know anything in Web 2. Then you have to go and learn a skill.
That's even advanced, because I didn't learn any skill when I started. But even though I have a million skills right now, but it's not. I didn't need to go through that route. My understanding was, okay, this is like I saw the reapplication of the law of economics.
Yeah. So you see,
I was taught economics. I was good in economics in secondary school.
Yeah.
Right. And wow. Okay. So there's something that is so limited and scarce. And once demand increases, because supply is small, it will be going up. So if I take position early, that's just that idea.
See what is driving the new product.
Yeah.
And not tokenizing everything.
So that was my first inspiration. I mean, I was actually invited. I was shown the ecosystem, like, hey, see how it works. Right. This is the market, right? And I really appreciate my mentor. So this is what we can do for people out there. Okay, most people, it's difficult for them to get started because of how cumbersome it looks now. But it's simple. Find one thing.
That's why, and that's why you need a mentor to guide you.
Yeah.
Because for me too, it was a bit difficult. I was hearing people mention some figures. I was like, is this even possible? And I was seeing them, oh, but then I had this, is it even possible? Yes, it's possible. And then thank God I had people to guide me a bit. That's what I'm telling you. Like, one of the things, you have to be interested. I didn't stop. Okay, this guy is not answering me, let me just rest till whenever. Constantly, if this person is not answering, I'm going on YouTube, like checking why. Because you come, when you come across challenges, like when you solve them, you learn more. Like, it increases what you know. So constantly asking those questions. Even for my group, I tell them, like, the only way you learn, for me, I feel, is when you ask questions. If you don't ask questions, I feel like you're not learning, because you don't know these things. Even me, I'm still learning. I still ask questions every day. So asking questions and having a mentor, right, will help you filter the whole. There's so much information. Like I said, there's so much information. So you just have to pick one thing you want to do on the blockchain, focus on it. Everything pays. Everything that you do on the blockchain pays.
Yeah.
With that content creation, whatever you want to do, ambassadorship, airdrops, whatever, just, this is what I want to do, focus on it and
Build on it. Yes.
my boss now.
Thank you so much. Let's close it here. Thank you so much, man. I mean, I appreciate you coming on this podcast.
Thank you so much.
So, like I said, the next time we should be seeing.
Of course.
So we're handing over the big check to the housemates. See you guys at the top. We remain loyal to the community and we give our best. Subscribe, like, and share.
Of course. You can't do less.